The gap between the upper class and the middle class has been widening for years, and most people aren't even aware of it. It's not simply about how much income you earn. It's about how that money is managed, where it's invested, and how wealth is preserved. This growing inequality isn't just a matter of wages failing to keep up with inflation. Beneath the surface are deeper, more powerful forces shaping financial growth and stability. Many middle-class families still cling to the traditional playbook: secure a stable job, purchase a home, and save for retirement. But the wealthy are operating under an entirely different set of rules. They're not trading time for money. They're putting money to work for them. The economy has changed. The old strategies no longer guarantee success, and without recognizing and adapting to these shifts, you risk being left behind. So let's uncover why the upper class continues to surge ahead and how you can avoid falling into the middle class trap. Number 1. The way money is used separates the rich from the middle class. It's not just about how much you earn, it's about what you do with it. The middle class often focuses on earning and spending, while the wealthy concentrate on multiplying their money. Many middle-class families keep their savings in bank accounts that earn less than 1% interest, all while inflation steadily eats away at their value. As a result, their money sits idle and loses purchasing power over time. The wealthy take a very different approach. Instead of letting money stagnate, they put it to work through investments in stocks, real estate, businesses, and even emerging assets like cryptocurrencies. These generate higher returns, appreciate in value, and create streams of passive income, all without requiring constant effort. Meanwhile, the middle class often directs money toward liabilities: new cars, the latest gadgets, and costly vacations, purchases that decline in value the moment they're made. These short-term choices prevent long-term wealth building and keep many families financially stuck. This is why even some high earners still live paycheck to paycheck, while quiet millionaires steadily grow their wealth. The wealthy understand a key principle: true financial growth comes from owning assets that multiply, not from spending on things that depreciate. Number 2. The middle class is playing a game they can't win anymore. For many years, the path to financial success seemed straightforward: work hard, land a stable job, buy a home, and save for retirement. This formula worked in a time when wages rose with inflation, housing was affordable, and long-term job security was the norm. But those conditions have changed. And today, this traditional strategy is leaving many middle-class families struggling to keep up. Research from the Pew Center shows the shift clearly. In 2016, upper-income families controlled 7.4 times more wealth than middle-income families, a significant jump compared to past decades. The financial landscape has been rewritten. With inflation climbing, job stability weakening, and wages barely moving, the middle class is finding it increasingly difficult to build lasting wealth. While many middle-class households are working harder and earning more, their real purchasing power continues to shrink under the weight of rising living expenses and stagnant incomes. Meanwhile, the wealthy are pulling further ahead by investing in appreciating, income-generating assets: stocks, real estate, businesses, and more. Through strategic investments and ownership, they multiply their wealth, while the middle class often remains trapped in a cycle of long hours, high expenses, and limited savings. Number 3. Financial education is creating a bigger wealth gap. One of the most overlooked drivers of the wealth gap is financial literacy. Many in the middle class were never taught how to invest, reduce taxes, or build lasting wealth. Instead, they often rely on outdated advice, passed down from parents who lived by the work hard and save mindset, or from schools that emphasize traditional academics but rarely teach real-world money skills. The wealthy, however, are taught to view money differently. They recognize the power of financial education and actively invest in it through books, mentors, courses, and professional advisors. For them, learning how to build and protect wealth is a lifelong priority because they understand that money should be working for them, not the other way around. Wealthy individuals continuously sharpen their financial IQ, mastering strategies to grow wealth while managing risks effectively. A Yahoo Finance report even revealed that the richest spend a meaningful share of their income on financial education. They know that staying informed and adapting to new strategies is essential to maintaining and expanding their wealth. This widening knowledge gap is one of the main reasons the rich keep pulling ahead. Without access to financial education, the middle class remains at a serious disadvantage when it comes to building and preserving wealth. Number 4. Debt is trapping the middle class while the rich profit from it. Debt keeps the middle class stuck while the wealthy turn it into profit. For many middle-class families, Mortgages, car loans, student debt, and credit cards consume a huge share of their income. These debts often carry high interest rates, making it nearly impossible to build lasting wealth. Instead of moving forward, they end up working just to keep up with payments. The wealthy, on the other hand, approach debt strategically. Rather than borrowing for liabilities, they use low-interest loans to invest in appreciating income-producing assets like real estate and stocks. This allows them to grow their wealth, generate cash flow, and expand their portfolios without tying up all their own money. A Chicago Booth Review analysis highlights this divide. While the top 1% continue building wealth through investments, the middle class remains weighed down by debt, with little room to climb upward. The financial system itself often benefits banks and corporations more than individuals, trapping families in a cycle of borrowing and paying interest. The key difference? The middle class is controlled by debt, while the wealthy control it and use it as a lever to secure even greater wealth. Number 5. The upper class is quietly securing their future, while the middle class stays stagnant. While the middle class works longer hours just to pay the bills, the wealthy are positioning themselves for the future. They move their money into inflation-resistant assets, real estate, stocks, and private investments. By diversifying their portfolios, they protect their purchasing power and continue to grow their wealth, even when the economy is unstable. In contrast, many middle-class families rely heavily on savings accounts and fixed income sources that steadily lose value to inflation. Focused on covering day-to-day expenses, they miss opportunities to secure long-term financial growth. The wealthy don't wait for the economy to improve or for a raise to come along. They take action. They know that lasting financial success comes from owning assets that appreciate in value and generate returns over time. This proactive approach allows them to keep building wealth even during uncertain times. Meanwhile, the middle class often remains stuck in a reactive cycle, responding to financial pressures instead of planning ahead. The wealthy, however, look beyond the present and invest with the future in mind. If you want to break free from the middle-class trap and avoid being left behind, you need to start thinking and acting like the wealthy. Earning more money isn't enough. The real key is learning how to multiply the money you already have. Here are a few strategies to start building wealth the way the upper class does. Shift your mindset from working for money to making your money work for you. Invest in income-generating assets such as real estate, dividend-paying stocks, or even a side business. Avoid financing liabilities that drain your wealth. Luxury cars, gadgets, and expensive vacations won't make you rich. Focus instead on building assets that put money in your pocket. Use debt as a tool, not a trap. Stay away from high-interest loans, and instead leverage low-interest debt to acquire assets that generate cash flow. Prioritize financial education. The wealthy study money. They invest in learning tax strategies, investment tactics, and wealth-building principles to protect and grow their assets. The wealthy don't rely on guesswork. They follow proven strategies. If you want to close the gap, it starts with adopting their mindset and applying their methods. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more strategies to build wealth and escape the middle-class trap.